Hey everyone, ready to jump into some seriously cool AI tools for all you creators out there?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Awesome. So we're diving deep today into this Think Media video on YouTube. It's called 10 Insane AI Tools Every Creator Should Be Using.
Catchy title.
Yeah, and they're not exaggerating. Seriously, some of these are mind-blowing, even for someone like me who, keeps up with all this tech stuff.
Well, it is moving fast. A lot of these tools are becoming so powerful and so accessible.
Okay, so first up are GetMunch and Vidyo AI. These tools can take your long videos and boom, turn them into all these short clips.
Ready-made for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, all those platforms.
Exactly.
It's a huge time saver. Short-form content is everything these days. People's attention spans. Well, you get the idea.
Yeah, totally. And Vidyo AI even lets you customize the clips. You can add your social media handles, different frames, really make them stand out.
It's like having a mini movie trailer editor, but just for your content.
Right. Now, speaking of things that are grabbing attention,
Yeah.
let's talk about ChatGPT.
Ah, yes, ChatGPT. Everyone's talking about it.
I feel like everyone's heard of it, but maybe they don't realize how powerful it is for content creation specifically.
Right. This video features Nikki Saunders, and she uses it for a lot of her creative work. Captions, video scripts, even research.
But she always makes it her own, right? She doesn't just copy and paste.
Exactly. She uses it as like a starting point or a foundation.
Which is super important. I mean, AI can do some crazy things, but
Yeah.
it can't replace that human element.
Couldn't agree more. Your own style, your own voice. That's what makes content resonate with people.
Okay, moving on to a tool that's all about making your content, pop. You know those videos with the captions that highlight the words as they're spoken?
Yeah, it's like karaoke for your video.
Yeah.
Super trendy.
CapCut, that's the tool behind it, or at least a lot of them. And it can do way more than just captions. It's got transitions, titles, all sorts of formatting tools.
Even makes it easy to create vertical videos, for mobile.
And the free version is actually really robust, which is awesome for creators who are, just starting out.
Gotta love a good free tool.
Okay, get this. There's a tool called Captions, and it can actually correct your eye contact in videos using AI.
Wait, what? How does that even work?
It's wild, right? It basically makes it look like you're looking directly at the camera, even if you're glancing at notes or something.
So that you look more engaged and confident on camera.
Exactly. Which is crucial these days with all the virtual meetings and online presentations and everything.
It's funny how important eye contact still is, even in the digital world.
Right. And Captions also has a teleprompter built in and script writing features. Plus, it works across different platforms. Get this, it can even send you notifications of what to say while you're using Instagram or TikTok.
Wow, that's next level.
Okay, ready for another one that might just change how you consume online content? Ever wish you could just get a quick summary of a long YouTube video without having to watch the whole thing?
All the time.
There's a Chrome extension for that. YouTube Summaries. It uses ChatGPT to create summaries of, pretty much any video.
So if I'm researching something and come across a 2-hour lecture, I can get the key points in, seconds?
Exactly. It's a huge time saver, especially for research.
And I bet it's helpful for just figuring out if a video is even worth watching in the first place.
Oh, totally. Saves you so much time. Okay, get ready for this one. AI art generators. Specifically, we're talking about Midjourney.
I've seen some of the images these things create. It's insane.
They're so detailed and realistic, it's almost scary. You type in a description and Midjourney gives you 4 different options.
So you're literally just describing what you want to see, and the AI creates it for you.
Yeah, and if you get the paid version, you can even use the images commercially.
So you can use it for anything, really. Logos, social media graphics, even book covers.
Right. The possibilities are kind of endless. Now, for all the podcasters out there, Megaphone. It's a platform that helps you distribute and monetize your podcast. Gets it onto all the big platforms like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you know the drill.
So it streamlines the whole process of getting your podcast out to the world.
Yeah, exactly. And it also has this cool feature for private podcasting. You can create content just for your community.
That's interesting. So it's not just about reach, it's also about building closer relationships with your audience.
Exactly. Okay, let's talk about staying organized. Motion, it's this super popular tool that acts like a second brain for, pretty much everything. Content, ideas, research, to-do lists.
Yeah, I've heard people rave about Notion. I think it's popular because it's so visual.
Right. You can add pictures, graphs, really customize it. And it's accessible on all your devices.
So you can stay organized wherever you are. Love that.
And then there's Mem AI, which takes organization to another level by using AI to, automatically organize your notes.
Like a super-powered personal assistant for your digital life.
Pretty much. Okay, last one, and this one's a little bit unsettling. ElevenLabs has created this voice cloning technology that's incredibly realistic.
Yeah, I saw something about that. They actually had a sample of Leonardo DiCaprio's voice.
It was so accurate. It's amazing, but also, like, a little freaky, right?
For sure. I mean, it has a lot of potential for good accessibility tools, personalized audio experiences, but it also raises some ethical questions.
Absolutely. It's like, wow, the future is here.
Yeah,
But also, what does this mean for, authenticity and all that?
it's definitely something to think about.
All right, well, that was a whirlwind tour of some pretty incredible AI tools, and that's just part one.
We'll be back to explore even more.
Welcome back, everyone. I don't know about you, but after seeing all those AI tools, I'm kind of in awe.
Right. It really makes you think about the future of content creation, doesn't it?
It's like, on one hand, it's exciting, all these possibilities, but then it's also kind of like, whoa, where is all this going?
Yeah, it's a bit of both, isn't it? Exciting and maybe a little overwhelming. It's definitely changing fast.
It is, and we only scratched the surface in part one. There's just so much more to unpack here, especially when you start thinking about the bigger picture.
Like the implications for creativity as a whole. I mean, take those AI art generators, for example.
Yeah, the stuff they're creating is incredible, but then it also makes you wonder, what does it even mean to be an artist now?
Right. When an algorithm can create something that looks like a masterpiece, it definitely blurs the lines.
Do you think AI will ultimately lead to, like, more creativity,
Hmm.
or will it make everything kind of, I don't know, homogenized?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think it has the potential to do both. I mean, AI can help us break free from all those boring, repetitive tasks.
So that frees up more time for the creative stuff.
Exactly. But on the other hand, if we rely on AI to do all the heavy lifting, we might lose that unique human touch. That's what makes art, well, art.
It's about finding that balance, right? Using AI as a tool, but not letting it become the master.
Exactly. And I think the tools themselves are already reflecting that. Like ChatGPT, for example. It's not just about spitting out content.
It's more about collaboration, right?
Yeah, like a brainstorming partner. You can bounce ideas off of it, use it to help refine your thinking.
And for research, I mean, it can pull information from so many sources so quickly.
That's what excites me about AI. It's not just automation, it's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
And making things easier so we can focus on, the real creative stuff.
Think about it. Writers collaborating with AI to develop stories, musicians composing with AI assistants.
Filmmakers using AI to bring their wildest ideas to life. It sounds crazy, but it's already happening.
It is. But of course, we can't ignore the potential downsides. We touched on deepfakes, but AI can also be used to spread misinformation or create harmful content.
That's the scary part.
It is. It's a powerful technology, and like any powerful technology, it can be misused.
So what do we do? How do we make sure we're using AI responsibly?
It's a collective effort, I think. We need to develop safeguards, ethical guidelines, make sure we're using it for good.
And educate people, right? So
Yeah,
everyone understands the potential, but also the risks.
absolutely. The more we understand about AI, the better equipped we'll be to use it wisely.
So where do we go from here? How can creators, and really anyone who's interested in AI, navigate all of this?
Well, first of all, stay curious, keep learning,
There are tons of resources out there, newsletters, podcasts, online courses. It's overwhelming. But you can find stuff that's tailored to your interests.
and connect with other people who are exploring AI, share ideas, learn from each other. It's like we're all figuring this out together.
That's a good point. We're all in this together.
And don't be afraid to experiment. That's how we learn, right? Play around with these tools, see what they can do. You might be surprised at what you discover.
Yeah, I think sometimes we can get too hung up on doing things the right way. But with AI, there's no rule book. It's all about exploration.
Exactly. And most importantly, have fun. AI is powerful, but it shouldn't feel like a chore. Embrace the possibilities. See what you can create.
That's a great reminder. All right, well, that wraps up part 2 of our deep dive. We've talked about the potential and the pitfalls of AI.
And in part 3, we'll get practical and explore how you can actually start using these tools in your own creative workflow.
All right, welcome back, everyone, for the final part of our AI deep dive. We've talked about all these amazing tools, what they can do, the big picture stuff. But now let's get practical.
Hmm.
How can you actually use these tools, like in your everyday creative process?
Yeah, it's one thing to talk about the possibilities, but actually integrating these tools into your workflow, that's where the real magic happens.
Totally. So where do we even begin? There's so
Yeah.
many options. It can be a little overwhelming.
It can be. A good place to start is to think about your own workflow. Like, what are your biggest challenges right now? What are those tasks that take up way too much time or energy?
Right, like are you spending hours editing videos?
Right.
Or maybe you're struggling to come up with fresh content ideas.
Exactly. Once you've identified those pain points, then you can start exploring which AI tools might be the right fit.
Okay, so let's say video editing is like my nemesis.
Well, GetMunch or Vidyo AI could be your new best friends. They can handle a lot of those tedious tasks so you can focus on the more creative aspects of editing.
That makes sense. What about for those of us who struggle with writer's block?
ChatGPT can be a lifesaver for that. Use it to brainstorm, outline your content, even draft different sections.
But again, it's about using it as a tool, not a crutch.
Right, don't let it do all the thinking for you. It's about finding that synergy between human creativity and AI assistance.
Okay, so we've got all these tools, but AI is constantly changing, right? Like new things are coming out all the time. How can creators make sure they're staying ahead of the curve?
Stay curious. There are tons of resources out there, newsletters, podcasts, online communities.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to be a student of AI now, in addition to being a creator.
In a way, yes. And connect with other creators who are experimenting with AI. Share ideas, learn from each other. The creative community is such a valuable resource.
It's like we're all figuring this out together, right?
Yeah.
We're all on this learning journey.
Exactly. And honestly, don't be afraid to just dive in and experiment. That's how you'll figure out what works best for you and your creative process.
Yeah, I think sometimes people can get intimidated by all the tech stuff, but it's really not that complicated. Most of these tools are designed to be user-friendly.
They are. And honestly, the best way to learn is by doing. Play around with these tools, have fun with them, and see what you can create.
That's a great reminder. I think sometimes we forget to just enjoy the process.
We do. Creating should be fun, even when we're using these powerful new tools.
Well, I think that's a perfect note to end on. We've explored the incredible potential of AI, but ultimately, it's just a tool. It's up to us, the human creators, to use it wisely and responsibly.
And to never stop learning, exploring, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI for content creators. Until next time, keep creating, keep innovating, and keep playing.